All right, Black Power is the General Sarah Suten Seti, and I'm black at y'all ass again with this real fucking talk. Y'all know what it is. KingSeti.com online marketplace. Got all the fly products that you need. Got the official General Sarah Suten Seti DVDs, t-shirts, hoodies. Got some for the kings, got some for the queens, got African jewelry, Kemetic jewelry, art. Go on and check me out and amaze yourself. Patreon, General Sarah Suten Seti, exclusive Seti, lectures and videos, live streams, only for my Patreon family. Take it up a notch, take it up 2 notches, take it up 3 notches from what you see on YouTube. You see what I'm saying? So go on over there and amaze yourself. And when we can't put it on YouTube, we can't put it on Patreon, then most definitely we take it over to generalseti.com, Seti University, you feel me? Where, you know, is all classic General Seti wisdom down through the ages, from young Seti up to the advanced Seti of the day. Going over there, 500 videos on the site, soon to be close to 1,000. Go and become a part of that, because it is a treasure chest of wisdom. Now, today, boom, we dealing with some more revealing of certain mysticism, religions that we see the face surface explanation to what these religions is, but then here comes one, you understand, General Seti, that will pull back the veil and show you what it truly is. Now, what we call a tetragrammaton. Now, what is a tetragrammaton? A lot of people say, God damn, this motherfucker sound like some type of fucking Autobot or some shit like that, you know, and a lot of these terms is used by certain, you know, groups like the Megatron and all of this shit. That's some Judaic angels and shit, you know, and they didn't use inside of the Transformers, this, that, and the third, and they good at that. You know, taking, you know, cartoons and movies and shit and hiding, you know, they mysticism inside of that. You know, so the Tetragrammaton, let's bring this up. Let me get on over here so we can deal with it. The Tetragrammaton is the Hebrew name of God transliterated in 4 letters. Tetra meaning 4. So you get, and so the 4 letters as WH, which you get Yahweh. You understand? And articulated as Yahweh. So it's the actual, the Tetragrammaton is some many times not just the letters, but the symbolisms in which the letters is inscribed. Okay, and that'll give much detail in what they believe about the deity. Now, you know, for them, you know, you can, for the so-called Judaic Kabbalistic community, you ain't even supposed to say the term tetragrammaton. That's, you know, that's a no-no. You understand what I'm saying? They say the very mention of that tetragrammaton, you know what I'm saying, can cause some very serious omens to come upon you. You can't even, you know, say Yahweh. You understand what I'm saying? But, you know, at certain times of one time out of the year, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not clear, and everybody is not afforded the right to say that. You see what I'm saying? And so you have, you know, in place of Yahweh, you know, you are given the name Adonai. You understand what I'm saying? So you're not supposed to say tetragrammaton. You're not supposed to say Yahweh. You're not supposed to say any of that. In place of that, they give you the term Adonai. You see what I'm saying? And right there, you see in the root of Adonai, Adonis, which ain't nothing but a Greek homosexual deity. And I'm saying, and right there is giving you a lot of the blueprint of how these people claim that God has given them some, out of the sky. And you can see that, many elements of the previous belief system, such as Greek psychology and Roman psychology, is in Judaism. Jews ain't nothing but Romans. That's all the fuck they is. Jewish is nothing but a religion. But them motherfuckers is Greeks and Romans, and they didn't add much of the Greek psychology into the Judaic Islamic Christian belief system. Okay? And so let me go straight to, so we can, get to the depths of understanding, because a lot of people say, you believe in the God of the Bible. This is who they talking about. So whether you're a Christian and you open up the Bible and you hear, and they say God, 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 that's Tetragrammaton. That's the Judaic deity. You know what I'm saying? And so this is going to share, if you believe in this deity, it's going to shed a lot of light on, what you truly believe. And so now when you look at the Tetragrammaton, you see what I'm saying? Many times they're going to put up this, this is the 5-pointed star, okay? Which you see on the sheriff and all the other motherfuckers, the slave patrol and everything else. You'll see that that 5-pointed star. But in the background, what you see is the sunburst. So right there, see, they throwing people's off by putting up the 5-pointed star. The sun is a star. You see what I'm saying? And so in reality, what they saying to you, and many people get off into Christianity, and that was one of the first things that they would like to bring up, is how Jesus is the Son. But then when you really get off into all of these religions, you understand what I'm saying? Whether it be Christianity, whether it be Judaism, Islam, all these religions is worshiping the sun. It's solar worship. You see what I'm saying? Co-opted from ancient Egypt. You understand? And so when we hear the story about Moses, we know that Moses is a fictional character, but much of what, the symbolisms is letting you know, you understand, where they took a lot of that information from. They took it from Egypt. Now, they ain't took it in the ancient world. You understand? They took much of that when they went over into Egypt with Napoleon just very recently. So, a lot of people think these books are, from BC era. The Bible is not a BC book, okay? The Bible is an AD book, okay? And there was no mass production of the Bible into Gutenberg. And if I'm not mistaken, in the goddamn 1400s, mid-1400s, he started to printing the Bible. Okay. Other than that, they claim that they had scribes and this, that, and the third, which I do not believe at all that they had any Bibles on any level preceding Gutenberg. You see what I'm saying? We talking about being able to, when you mass produce anything, then you have a quantity where you can affect masses on the planet. If you don't have mass amounts of Bibles, there's no way you can have a religion called Christianity, Judaism, or Islam. What the fuck is the people gonna believe in if they don't have access to the literature? You understand? That explains to them what the religion is. So the book is the most powerful thing in any religion. And so they did not have no mass production of no Qurans, no Torahs, no Bibles, until Gutenberg created the movable type printing press. That's it. You see what I'm saying? And so what you got up on the wall right there, and it's a very telling tale. You see what I'm saying? Because this is supposed to be Moses. This is the movie Prince of Egypt. And what it's showing, Moses, he done went in and snuck in the temple. This is at a time where he trying to figure out who he is. He don't know who he is. You understand what I'm saying? And so somehow he done snuck in the temples, and it's shown his supposed father, who supposedly is Seti, which is, which cannot be. You understand? There's no mentioning of a Moses nowhere or any member of the Bible, any character of the Bible on any wall in ancient Egypt. So we must be clear about this. They have no presence in the ancient world. You see what I'm saying? But according to the story, somehow, this young Hebrew who has been adopted by Pharaoh's daughter and, brought into the royal house, you understand what I'm saying? Raised up as one of the Egyptians, but somehow he didn't figure it out that he's a Hebrew. And so he goes in the temple late at night and goes on the wall, and it supposedly showed where Seti was murdering babies and shit and this, that, and the third. And I would love to, for them to show us what temple that's on. You understand what I'm saying? These people making up shit as they go. You understand what I'm saying? But you can see right there, they know of all the deities. You understand? Ain't no way you could be in Egypt for 400 years and not know the deities. So that's like us being in America for 400 years and not know of the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, in Abraham Lincoln and George Washington. Been here 400 years and you don't know. So, I'm establishing the fact that, they knew of solar worship. You know what I'm saying? From day one. They knew of it through the ancient Egyptians. Okay? And so we just wanted to make that clear. Now, when you come down, Atan is a variation, and somebody put this here, you know what I'm saying? And Atan is the actual sun disk. Never been presented as a man. That's Amen right there. I had to, I can just go and take that on up out of there. That just show you motherfuckers don't know what they talking about. That's Amen. And Atan and Amen is two different deities. You see what I'm saying? Atan is the actual sun disk. Okay? Is the actual sun disk. Okay? And so during the reign of Pharaoh Akhenaten in the 14th century BC, Aten, which is the sun. And I had to bring that out because if you look at Tetragrammaton, and I want y'all to look at that. Let me come back up so y'all can see this. Tetragrammaton, you see that Atan is the end of Tetragrammaton. Okay? Let me spell it out for you. Tetragrammaton. Okay, I'm gonna put this up here for the family. You got to look at the words and what it's saying. This is devastating to religion at this time. You know what I'm saying? I take my time with it, but this is very devastating. You know what I'm saying? After all these years of them telling us about some goddamn God of the Bible, and we here cracking their motherfucking head today. You know what I'm saying? You see right there, our time. That's just like in Kabbalah, Kaaba Allah. You understand? You see the Kaaba and Allah within the mysticism of the Jew, Kabbalah. You see what I'm saying? So right there, you see our time. And so when you come here, this is our time. I put God Ra, but this is actually our time. And really, that's all Aten was a deviation from Ra. You understand what I'm saying? And, it was the deviation of Ra. So this actual sun disk and the sun rays are the aspects of Aten. I'm all right with that. But see, Akhenaten, he deviated from, tens of thousands of years of, belief. It wasn't the fact that, he's worried, he has his own interpretation of what God is the fact that he tried to close down many of the temples of far older systems. And many people said that he had to because that these older systems had got So, had become oligarchies where, they wasn't really providing for the people. And that's debate. You understand? But his own mother, who was Queen T, still, worship Amen. She didn't step out of that ancient worship. You know what I'm saying? But so we see in Tetragrammaton, you see the worship right there of Aten or Atan, which is the sun god of Akhenaten. And it's been said that, many aspects of Moses, the character of Moses, was taken from Akhenaten because they want to claim that Akhenaten is the father of monotheism, which is not true. Egypt always had a one God belief system, and that many attributes of this one God. You see what I'm saying? And so they understood that. You know what I'm saying? And so there was always a monotheism in Egypt. You see what I'm saying? But there was other reasons that they wanted to, put Akhenaten above, and beyond, because he married outside of his bloodline, his household. And I ain't gonna say, bloodline, but she wasn't a royal blood of the Nile Valley. She came from outside of Egypt. And so, in that respect, they even said that Nefertiti, even though when you look at her, she looked just like an African woman. Many respects, when you see her on the wall, she is represented as an African woman. But you got white writers that try to, because they don't want to accept the fact that many nations outside of Egypt were also ruled by African people, far into Asia, even deeper up north into Europe than what they want to, give credit for today, because they want to control the narrative of history. You see what I'm saying? You got drinks called Black Russians. Why they got? Because the African empire went deep north, even up into what you call Russia. Then you got the Naga Kushites and woolly-headed Buddhas. And then you go today, and a large part of the population is not woolly-headed. And the ones that are woolly-headed, they don't get no airplay. So you wouldn't even know that they were over there. And so again, when you're looking at the Tetragrammaton, we come into the Bible and we read, and this is Malachi, the book of Malachi 4. You understand what I'm saying? Malachi 4, and this is verse 2. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the star. That's very important, because I ain't even showed you the Tetragrammaton yet. You understand what I'm saying? When we get it, it's going to be revealing. Because you know what I'm saying? They know different than the Christian. They know the reality. But unto you that... Now, when you look at this verse, what's very significant is you see that son is spelled with a capital S. And what we've been taught is when you capitalize, you capitalize a person, a place, and a thing. See, this is the son as the deity. You see what I'm saying? And that's very significant. The son is spelled with a capital. So that right there is showing you that the son is deity. It's very clear. And it says the son of righteousness, arise with healing in his wings. And so when you go to ancient Egypt, you clearly see the winged sun disk with the twin cobras. You understand what I'm saying? Coming, which later became the caduceus. And because we see that the caduceus is used, as the symbol for medicine. You see when they say arise with healing in his wings. So you see right there, this is, is a multiplicity of cultures that are taken from ancient Egypt, and the definition of that symbol is the same across the spectrum. You understand? The sun is looked at as a healer. You understand what I'm saying? And so right there we see within the Bible that they worship the sun as deity. When you come down here, let me see. Is it another one in here? Okay, it's another verse, and I might get to it, and I might not in the Bible. That you will add even more emphasis on that the Son is deity. You see what I'm saying? But we sitting up here in the Bible, and you wonder why motherfuckers is in the church, in the synagogue, in the mosque, and they calling on something that never answer them back, because the explanation of who this damn God is ain't been told to them properly and correctly. They have been taught that the deification of cosmic entities is what they call heretic, or you know what I'm saying? This is some idol worship. You understand? This, that, and the third. But when you really go off into the book, you're going to see this is actually the worship of the Hebrews. Everything is in symbolism, and you need to break down the symbolism so you get a proper understanding. And you need a teacher that would do that to you. Do that for you? What does Tetragrammaton, and Ra is in there too? Tetragrammaton mean in Hebrew. Tetragrammaton, the sacred name of God in Hebrew, 4-letter word or symbol, meaning Yahweh, okay, or Yahweh. You know how them goddamn Polish motherfucker Yahweh, they, they got that they in there, signifying Yahweh. It is pronounced in Hebrew, listen there, Adonai. You understand? And written generally as JHYH with variations of JHVH or YHVH, okay? And so let me take that and let's make this into one, because I don't want to, a lot of go and drop that on in there. So we get an understanding, you see? And so here again, you see, we bring it up. We see what? We see the creator. We see, and so this is what happened is you see the human form is now been placed in respect, has been placed in the center where the sun is located. See, this is when man deified themselves. This when you start having, the Jesuses, the Herus, they began to see their connection to the cosmos. I mean, they used even the resurrection story of Ra as the resurrection story for Osiris, Heru, and Jesus, and Buddha, and Krishna. These are anthropomorphic forms of the sun. That's all that they is. They're anthropomorphic means in human form. So you see right there, you see the cobras, you see the wings, but what you see an African man. You understand? Osiris that is in respects the sun manifested in flesh. That's what the Sarai is. He's the sun manifested in flesh. Okay, so this is a divine lineage in Africa that's on the throne. You understand? Osiris being a god, and it's and his son Horus, and the kings of Egypt are of the direct lineage of Horus the king. So it's a divine bloodline. It's not just any bloodline; it's a divine bloodline. So I'm setting the stage so we can see, what the Tetragrammaton is. Setting the stage for that. Okay, now I actually was here, this is one form of the Tetragrammaton. You see what I'm saying? Now, when we come down, you see again, and you see, these is the 4 initials, but the actual symbol, usually you'll see it inside of the pyramid. You see what I'm saying? And then you go into the goddamn Freemasons, and ain't no deviation amongst them motherfuckers. I don't know why one feel that they greater than the other. You know what I'm saying? When all of the religions is basically the same garbage, you know, the symbolisms is ours, but they know what it is. It don't belong to them. And what they do is they take our symbols and they recreate them and create these fake, fraudulent goddamn organizations such as Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and Freemasonry. You see what I'm saying? Here again, you see what they call the Tetragrammaton. And again, the emphasis is on Aten. You see what I'm saying? Aten. You see, which is the sun. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is Aten. This is Aten. And usually it's the sun with the cobra there and the rays of the sun, you know, coming down. And usually they'll have unks, you know, and they are, you know, giving life, you know, because this is the life giver. You see what I'm saying? So now you see again, and this is all through Judaism. You know what I'm saying? You can go in their synagogues, which we gonna get into. You know, you can go into their synagogues. Here again, you see the pyramid, and you see the sun in the back. You see, this is the Tetragrammaton, and you ain't supposed to be able to say this. You know what I'm saying? Because if you say it and people see exactly what it is, then they're going to start making some comparisons. You see what I'm saying? They're going to start again. So this is the Tetragrammaton. This is in the synagogue, y'all. Now, we done went over Christianity, and you can go in the Catholic, and you can see the sons all in the Catholic Church, this, that, and the third. But who, you know, did the research to really show that it's all in the synagogue, just the same. You see what I'm saying? Now, this is a synagogue. This is a synagogue right here. Now, I don't, you know, the blue thing right there, I don't know what they're trying to prove with that. You know what I'm saying? But again, you know, that's the soul of worship in what you call the clear story window. And in the temples and in the Catholic Church and the synagogue, and nonetheless, they keep what they call a clear story window so that the sun can come down and be in the temple. God is in his holy temple. You see what I'm saying? And so we don't understand the symbolisms that are taking place here. Now, check this out. Just to show you that it, you know, what is it? You know, what are they really actually arguing about? You know what I'm saying? That them little goddamn fairy tales in the book don't even count unless you break them down and show the true understanding of what they mean. Jesus is the Son. Yahweh is the Son. Allah is the Son. You understand what I'm saying? Now, what they was worshiping before they went to Egypt is something different. They probably did have, you know, a lesser worship, if they had a worship at all. And then they took, you know, the substance of ancient Egypt and tried to add it to their own, and then there came the contradictions. You see what I'm saying? This is the church of the Nativity. You see what I'm saying? Is the church of the Nativity is in Bethlehem. It's in Bethlehem. Okay, and so you can look that up, church. And so it's a cave that's actually down in the Church of the Nativity. And in that, you know, down in the basement is a cave where they say that Jesus was born. And so this is the cave right here. And so when you go in it and you look inside, this is a cave. You know what I'm saying? And when you see how you got to go down the stairs, it's like you going into a cavity in the ground. You see that it's the sun. You see what I'm saying? Look it up. And so from Yahweh to Jesus, you see that they're actually worshiping the sun. And it's not no damn coincidence. You see what I'm saying? It's not no coincidence, you know, that you know, all of these religions is, you know, got the same symbolism, and they degrade Egypt, call Egypt the old, you know, the great evil empire, you know, and talk about all of the idols that. And then the very idols that in the Bible that they claim are pagan idols, they're actually worshiping these idols right now today in every Freemason lodge, in every Christian cathedral, basilica, in every goddamn Islamic mosque. I'm showing you it. Now you can let them tell you. Now if you ask a little nigga, a little Muslim, a little Christian, a little Jew, you're gonna get a little answer. Their minds are not ready to deal with it because they laymen, and they, the book has been given to, and that's what they give to the layman. You understand what I'm saying? And they're going to have, a simplistic understanding because they don't want them to know the greater knowledge. They want them to be slaves to the religion. Again, showing you, and they use the pyramid. And, for some reason, I don't, they claim that they built pyramids in Egypt, but didn't build none in Israel. It's very, confusing to me. You know what I'm saying? That you could build such great monuments in another man's land and then all of a sudden forget the goddamn knowledge. When you get a chance to use it for yourself, we can't find one tomb. We can't find one temple to any king or prophet of the Bible in Israel at all. They've been looking over the last 2, 3, or 4, 500 years, have found nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So it's impossible for me to believe, first and foremost, that there is even a Hebrew in the world. This is a fictional race that have been created. You understand? And a fictional people of today have managed to, use this identity to steal land and history and birthrights. You know what I'm saying? From people all over the damn planet. You see what I'm saying? Again, showing you the church of the nativity. Now this is a synagogue. You see what I'm saying? And so what you're seeing right here, no different than the church. No different than the mosque. They got the clear story window, and the clear story window is for the sun to come down into the temple. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm going to bring this down so you clear. God is in his holy temple. You see what I'm saying? And that God is the sun. Showing you again over, and they quick to use the pyramid. You see what I'm saying? To inscribe in. And so from the Freemason to the Christian to the Muslim, all in cahoots with the stealing of the African legacy. Now, this is a synagogue. Right here, right there, you see what you call the pylons of the ancient Egyptian. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is a pylon. And you see right there the sun disk. You understand what I'm saying? Even that. That's the half that, what you call like the crescent or the arch. You understand what I'm saying? Which is the rising sun. You see what I'm saying? Let me come down again, showing you. And so this is a synagogue. This damn near look like a church. You see what I'm saying? When I shown church with the clear story, window for the sun to shine, this look no different than the damn Christian church. You see what I'm saying? What's the damn difference? You see again, the two obelisks is they didn't carved it into the structure of the synagogue. And you see right there the clear story window. You look no different than a mosque. You understand what I'm saying? Look no different than a cathedral. So again, a lot of people have not seen this. A synagogue. The synagogues of today. Again, showing you the sunburst and the pyramid, and you see the cloud, and so this is symbolic that this is God. And many times when you talk about Moses going up on the Mount Sinai and shit, and the volcano worship, people don't even want to deal with that. And they always talk about when God appeared. He appeared in black smoke and fire and lightning and shit all through the Bible. Black smoke, fire, and lightning. This is a volcano. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't even see the volcanic worship. You understand? Which they got out of Africa, which is a major part of what the pyramid is, the house of fire. You understand what I'm saying? The house of fire, the house of God. So that's what the pyramid is. It's deifying the volcanic, the volcanoes in the South or East Africa where the people originated from. And because these symbols were so powerful, and when they went to break down the science of it, it's the very act of creation when you deal with the volcano and you deal with the elements that's associated with the volcanoes, fire, earth, air, and water, all the things that's necessary, the four elements of creation, fire, earth, air, and water, all connected to the volcano. You understand what I'm saying? I went over that yesterday. Again, showing you the sunburst right there. And they sitting up here talking about Yahweh as if Yahweh is just a spirit, just floating through the air, and then you come in here and you see what it is. This is, again, showing you. This is the synagogue. See, a picture is worth 1,000 words. You see what I'm saying? I already showed y'all. And you see the nave, and I've taught about the nave. That's the Egyptian design. They didn't design the synagogue no different. If you go down the basilica or the cathedral in Christianity, they have the long progressional nave or walkway that leads all the way down to the Holy of Holies. You understand? That's the Egyptian temple. Now they call it the nave. Why? Because you have to navigate. You understand? It's the nave because you're navigating. This is symbolic of the Nile River. You see what I'm saying? That's why way down there in the Holy of Holies in the Egyptian temple, what you gonna have? The Ark of Heru, the Ark of Ptah, and many times during the year they would have ceremonies where the Ark would come down the nave and go out into in ceremonies. Many times even go to the river because most of the temples are diagonal, perpendicular to the damn river. You see what I'm saying? Right there. So you're not when you come to many of the temples, even the pyramid, you're not very far from the river. You see what I'm saying? So they would bring these arks out of the Holy of Holies and take them to the river. They'll sail down the river. And it might be another temple, and they'll bring the ark, and there'll be a commune with deities, and they'll have great festival, and then the ark would go back up the river and come back in the temple and go back into the holy. And it's priests that's doing this. So when even when you look at the damn synagogue, it's set up, and then when you look up in it, you see the stars that's new. You understand? When you look at the heavens and you see the stars in the temple, and you can go in many Egyptian where you see Nut in the top or the ceiling of the temple, and you see the stars inside of a body. So all of this is what they stole out of Egypt. And they didn't steal it back at no time of no goddamn Moses. The Jews and shit ain't nothing but Germans and goddamn, they went in there with damn Napoleon, and then you had an expedition where the Germans went in there right after Napoleon in the 1800s, and they did a lot of thieving. Many of them Egyptologists, Adolf Ehrman, Richard Lipsis, they was Germans, you know what I'm saying? And so Germany is one of the top thieves of Egyptian artifacts. A lot of people don't know that. We hear about the British and we hear about the French, but the damn Germans is right there. You know what I'm saying? They stole just as much as the damn British and the damn French. You see what I'm saying? And so this is when all of their mythology start changing. When Napoleon and the English in the 1700s went into Egypt, they started pillaging. That's when they so-called found the Rosetta Stone. This is when they started to updating all of their mythologies and shit. And I don't believe that it came from the ancient world. This shit is fairly recent. You see what I'm saying? They started burying themselves in all type of Egyptian mausoleums. I showed you that with Dodd and many more of them. You know what I'm saying? Even up to today with old Nicolas Cage, this, that, and the third. You see what I'm saying? So they continue in the process. So you see here the clear story window. Now this is the dome. You know what I'm saying? And immediately when you know what the dome, because they'll have a clear story right in there where the sun is shining right down into the temple. So these are solar temples. Now I put this in here because this is supposed to be when Jesus resurrected from his tomb. But symbolically, what do you see? You see the sun back there. And a lot of times the stone is circular to symbolically represent the sun. You see? Let me come on down. Let me keep it moving. Okay, so we see here, this is St. Peter's. You understand what I'm saying? This is St. Peter's. And you can see right there, that is nothing but a sun temple. You see what I'm saying? But we are the originals. We the children of the sun. You understand what I'm saying? This is but we've been taught away from it. You understand what I'm saying? Here they is, and they can't even activate the power of the sun because they don't possess the mechanism to do that. Here we is, the children of the sun, with all the power to activate it, but we've been taught away from it. And I showed y'all, that's why when they go to bless your ass and shit, you see they put their hand right over your forehead, or when they go and place their hands on the top of your crown, you understand that's symbolically them blocking you from your connection to the cosmic realm. You know what I'm saying? The solar connection between you and the Almighty. You see? And so again, now you hear these motherfuckers talking about the crescent and the star. Okay, I didn't make this up. You understand what I'm saying? So you see like the Tetragrammaton where they inscribe, you understand what I'm saying, the name of Yahweh in the sun. The Muslims is no different because you can go right to any Quran or any mosque and you will see the name of Allah inscribed in the sun. And see, a lot of times, you know, they know that Muhammad was a fictional character. That's many times he's faceless. You understand what I'm saying? And you know what's in place of the face? It's the sun. It's a bright, gleaming sun block, you know, and he puts on a veil because that's symbolisms. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever it was before he, you know, they got in, a relationship with the Jew and the Roman Catholics, they updated their shit. You understand what I'm saying? So then you start seeing Muhammad with the halo and this, and you go to Mecca and they telling you don't prostrate to the goddamn the moon, the stars, and the sun, and then you go right to Mecca. They got sun dishes all over the Kaaba, and they out there crying and you know and snotting and shit, this, that, and the third over the sun. Okay, so I brought this out just to show you that they all stole evenly. They all stole evenly. You understand what I'm saying? They all stole evenly. Let me put that back in there. So you see right here, this the air. You see what I'm saying? You see right there? Let me make sure everything clear. You see the first is Abydos. You see what I'm saying? Then you see the clear story with the sun coming down so that he could be in his holy temple. Then you come to Rome and you see the sun, the clear story. Then you go to the Jew and then you go to the Arab. You see what I'm saying? This is solar worship. We got to get back. It's healing in the wings of the sun, and they know that, but it's some killing in the wings of the sun too. You understand what I'm saying? Shit. It's some healing and some killing. They can't activate. They the curse of God. We the beloved of God. You see what I'm saying? When you understand that God is the sun, he's the most powerful entity in the universe at this time. You cannot do without that sun. Nothing can do without the sun. There's many other elements that we need, but the most powerful symbol of the Almighty that visibly, shock and awe is the sun. There's no doubt about it. You see what I'm saying? So everybody have stolen from the temple. Now, if they took the time, if they didn't stole the architecture, they didn't stole, all the symbolisms and shit, then we have no problem in understanding that if they took the architecture, they then took the scriptures too and perverted it. You understand what I'm saying? They don't have nothing to give, all to take. So when I put that in there so y'all could see what this is symbolic of. It's sun worship. You see what I'm saying? So when that Jew go in there and he he's prostrating towards the sun. You see what I'm saying? This is in the church right there. So when they go in that church, whether it's on Sunday, you understand Sunday worship, Sunday worship, and you go in there and you look into at the clear story window, you looking at God, the power of God, you looking at the sun. You see what I'm saying? They done stole out, and this is the Muslim. He's no different. And they swear that they say don't prostrate to the stars, the sun, and the moon. And here we done caught their ears. Not only, but see, you got to understand the symbolism and call them on the spot. And majority of the niggas that know now, they say, well, they ain't real Muslims. And this nigga, you been praying up in there too. You ain't had no problem until it's been exposed. Okay, sun worship in Islam. And so you see right here, IHS. See, that's Jesus. That's Jesus. That's the symbols for Jesus. So not only is Yahweh, Jesus, and Allah is inscribed in the sun to let you know that it is the sun that is God in all religion. You understand? Perverted solar worship. That's all that it is. By people that have no connection to the sun. You understand? Ain't no way, in a solar religion, African people are the chosen people. And the one thing about solar worship, above all other worship on the planet, it immediately show you who God and the devil. You understand? Who chose and who not. You understand what I'm saying? You don't need no scriptures or nothing. You can see who come out and whose skin glistening, and we looking beautiful in the sun, and those who feel the effects with the skin cancer, this, that, and the third. So that's clear about solar worship. You ain't got to second guess who chose and who not. And so again, you looking at the dome on the synagogue, and you see right there the sun is at the top, and you keep snotting in the church and you got them silly niggas out there on the corner talking about they some Hebrew Israelites, and the same motherfucker, and see what they try to, and this is where you get they at, because what they try to say, where the Catholics ain't Christians. You understand what I'm saying? That the symbolisms that they got is, those are not, that's a goddamn lie. I showed you the verses in the Bible. Whether you had a similar, God is the sun. With a cap, this is in the scriptures. You see what I'm saying? So there's many, scriptures that verify that God is the sun. That's facts. And when you understand the sacred geometry and the sacred numerology that's in the book, I dealt with the four sons of Horus, which are the cardinal points of not only longitude and latitude on the earth, but also the cosmos. You see what I'm saying? So once you understand and break down that 4, and then you break down that 12, which is the 12 months of the year, and then you break down the cardinal points to the equinoxes and solstices, when you see Jacob, and Jacob had 4 wives. Jacob later became Israel. He had 4 wives that gave him 12 sons. Jacob in that instance is the sun, S-U-N. And his 4 wives represent the solstices and equinoxes, and his 12 sons, which is the 12 tribes of Israel, represent the 12 months of the year. Done. Ooh, don't want to hear nothing about no goddamn, Hebrew, Israelite, or none of that shit. And then when you come and you see the Jew, and so the fact is they mad because these Jews put the symbolisms to the scripture. It ain't like the scriptures don't validate the motherfucking symbol. You understand what I'm saying? So I want y'all to understand that. You come to the Torah right here. It's clear. You see? And I'm going to come on down real quickly. And so now you come into Islam, and this is the the drape over the Kaaba, the black drape. And you see right there, see, this is in symbolism. See, this is the sun. And you know, this is even in this, these are cartouches that you see in ancient Egypt, but they're symbolic of the wings. This is a winged sun disk. See what I'm saying? But if you don't understand symbol, I study symbols, symbologist. That's what I'm a master symbologist, where I can, break down the symbols. I don't give a fuck how they try to hide them. You see, and then when you talk about what the Quran is the Sunnah. You understand the Sunnah? You see what I'm saying? In many of these words, the Surah or Sarah. You see what I'm saying? And ayat, where the verse in the Quran is ayat, which is very similar to Maya. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of that is so similar but it's so much that it cannot be a coincidence. So you see the Kaaba, what you see? You see the sun disk. This is on the Kaaba. This is in the front. No, that's the Mosque of Muhammad. And you see on his doors, you see what? The sun. So this is the Tetragrammaton. You go again to Christianity, IHS. That's Jesus. So they, it's a current understanding. And a lot of people try to jump on the Christians without jumping on the Muslim and the Jew who got the same attributes. You see right there. This is in the Catholic Church where what? You see right here, I don't know what particular, I don't know if that Jesus, I don't know if that Gabriel, one of them sissies, you understand what I'm saying, is crowned in the sun, what? King. You see the crown right there, king. They understand this, and you see right this is Apollo, this is Helios. You see what I'm saying? This is when they tried to adopt in the Greek world, they tried, but you cannot have a Caucasoid that's Cho. How the hell you gonna have a Caucasoid sun god? That don't even make no sense. You understand what I'm saying? That, having a Caucasoid sun god, that's against nature, and it ain't got nothing, it's just facts. You understand what I'm saying? That's the last thing that I could go up on the internet and you can see the sun and shit with all the mean face. That's how they portray the sun. If you wait a minute, I'm gonna just show you. Because we're coming close. Let me show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all. What it mean, what it really mean to them. You know what I'm saying? But they can't get over the fact or the reality that the sun is the king of the universe. This is what it looked like to them. This is what it looked like to them. Let me throw this in here. I want y'all, have a field day. You see what I'm saying? Boom. You see what I'm saying? This is the interpretation for the Caucasoid. And that son looking at his ass like, bring your ass out if you feel like it. You see what I'm saying? Come on now. I got something for you. So this is what it really is for them. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no place in solar worship. You know what I'm saying? Throw that right on in there so y'all can, so we can get a proper understanding of what it means. You see what I'm saying? This is how they see the sun. They have no place in solar worship. You see what I'm saying? And I got that right from them. You see what I'm saying? So when you understand the relationship with, that's what I say, you got to understand the nature of a thing. And the nature of a thing is the properties and characteristics that was given unto that thing by creation. See, you can make up all, and so if you want to be the type of Negro that just, we all the same, and no, we're not. And there ain't nothing wrong with saying that, no, we're not. We're not all the same. You see what I'm saying? There's clear differences in all peoples on this planet, and there's no doubt about that we are the chosen. And so again, right here, see, you see the sun disk, and you see, I don't know if that's Allah or not, but that's some divine term that is inscribed within the sun. I don't want to get caught up. You see right there, i.e. Hova. You see what I'm saying? Within the sun disk, the sunburst. Again, showing you and now look at this. This is a Sephardic, and that's that Spanish Jew synagogue, because you can see the Moorish architecture. You see what I'm saying? You got Sephardic Jews that come out of Spain. You see what I'm saying? And so that's where they say where Kabbalism started. You know what I'm saying? They say it actually started in Spain, with the Sephardic Jews under the Moors or whatever. And so you see the Moorish arc, that's the Moorish art right there, and even the stripes. And you could go to the Alhambra, and you can see the same architecture in Spain. Let me see if that's it. Let me see if that's the last one of the well, it actually is. You see what I'm saying? I wanted to show, but it's clear. So this is what they call the Tetragrammaton. You see what I'm saying? This is the Tetragrammaton. It's nothing but the solar worship of ancient Egypt. You go into Christianity, it's the solar worship from ancient Egypt. You go into Islam, it's the solar worship of ancient Egypt. You see what I'm saying? And so that's just what it is. We pulling back the veil so you don't have to be confused about nothing. Don't fall off into the book. You see, if you fall off into the book without first understanding the players in the book and and then you can move them like you want to move. It's just like learning the moves of the chess players. Before you start to play the game, you just can't start moving the shit without having a clear understanding of all the characters in the book, what it represents, and one of the prerequisites of the Bible, one of the major prerequisites of the Bible is to understand that God is the Son. You see what I'm saying? And that this is, in many aspects, a solar theology. Do you understand what I'm saying? An astro-solar theology. You see what I'm saying? And once you and then when you trace it back, it's going to bring you to Africa. Who are the great astronomers? Go back to military cosmology. I'm showing you who doing this research. Again, and this is what's critical so you can see the hypocrisy. And then I'm going to move on over there to General Seti's page, because I'm doing King Zoser of the third dynasty, the father of ancient Egyptian Freemasonry. I'm gonna deal with that. You see what I'm saying? And believe me, it's gonna be very different than what previous videos. You see what I'm saying? This is gonna clearly be about ancient Egypt. You see what I'm saying? And so the thing is, keeping to my thought, let me bring this up. I was talking and I lost my damn thought. I was speaking about, something from the military cosmology. Being that they've taken, come right back to me. That the Jew and the goddamn Muslim are on goddamn lunar calendars. They're on lunar calendars. The motherfuckers is on lunar calendars with a solar theology, you understand, draped over the lie. You see what I'm saying? Go check it out right now today. You understand? And the fact that I could take Jacob and all that, how you get solar, listen to me, mythology in your religion and use a goat herder out there roaming on the lunar calendar. You see what I'm saying? Somebody done updated their shit. You understand? Like I said, when many of them motherfuckers went into Egypt, they updated. You understand what I'm saying? And when they added it all together, it became a cauldron of hypocrisy. And anybody that know The sacred cosmology and astronomy can shoot holes in that shit all day. Go look it up. All right, family, I'm heading over to General Seti. We're going to continue to rock the house to Patah. Thank you, brother, for being on deck, being at the gate, keeping the gate locked for me. You understand what I'm saying? Chopping heads when you need to chop them. Appreciate you, King. You understand what I'm saying? To all the family out there, thank you for being in the house. I'm going to keep it coming. I'm going to keep it coming. Every damn day I'm coming with something fresh and new for the mind to invigorate the soul. Thank you for being in the house in Black Pop.